This is Ed. He's currently ranked #1 in the British cycling road race rankings. But what's it actually like to ride with one of the fastest riders in the country? Can I keep up? And how do they overcome setbacks in a season of racing? Let's find out. Now, you might think that if you're ranked #1 in the country, then the season has been all smooth sailing and standing on tops of podiums and popping champagne and things like that. But actually, that wasn't quite the case. And in Ed's own words, it's been a bit of a rocky road. It's safe to say that the season started well. A podium in his first national road race of the year, followed up by multiple top 10s and then a 4th place at the Rutland Sickle Classic, the UK's only one-day UCI accredited race. Think of it as Paris-Roubaix, but with more mud and pies. Today, he's let us in to one of his training days. So, let's go and see how it all started. So, to find out a bit more if there's anything we can copy off of one of the country's best, we're joining Ed for one of his split sessions. Now, can you explain what a split session is?
Yeah, so basically I'll do a session in the morning and a session in the afternoon. This morning, using my whoosh to do my over-under session. Outdoors then afterwards, zone 2.
And what is the benefit of that? Is it just to mix it up or?
Yeah, split it up, it makes it easier. It's like, you'd have to do 5 hours at once. You can do, if I'm doing an hour and a half now, 2 hours this afternoon. I know that's not 5 hours in total, but still.
Well, that does actually lead me on to my list of questions for you, because after this, I'm obviously going to be as fast as you. So, how many hours do you ride in a week?
Currently, between 15 and 20. I'd like to say I could do more than that, but no, about 15 to 20 hours.
So with that, what percentage would you say is inside and outside? Now, I'm sure that's going to change like throughout the season. Yeah, what sort of, during the summer, is it purely outside or?
I try and keep most of it outside in summer, mainly because the weather is nicer. But anything specific, like really specific, I use the trainer for, because you can just get rid of that junk miles. But also, I'm getting you feared of all the heat adaptations.
Yes.
I use it in the summer for that.
We actually have a video on heat adaptations. If you want to watch that, there's a link up there, or there. I think it's that way.
It's only 200 watts, I'm dying.
Well, I was going to ask you what your zone 2 power is.
So, I usually do zone 2 rides between around 215 and 260 watts. Anywhere in that range, I'm pretty happy.
And then, because I reckon I might be able to stay on your wheel for that bit. What's your FTP? So what would you climb at?
If I was to give a number to it, it's around between 370 and 380.
Yeah, I wouldn't keep up with that.
I mean, I can't remember the last time I tested it. It could be lower, it could be higher, so who knows.
And with testing, inside or outside?
Mixture. I think if in the winter, inside, mainly because most of my riding's inside. In the summer, I'll probably try to do outdoors.
Yeah. And if you could recommend one session, I know I guess your coach will set a lot of your training, but if there's one session that's your go-to, you get fit quick session, what would it be?
This session here, my over-unders.
Right.
So I'll do 1 minute above threshold. So currently, if you see that, that's 395 watts. And I'll do 4 minutes just below, so 360 watts.
Ouch.
And repeat that for a block. So these ones are 3 times 15 minutes, but the fitter you get, the more you extend them.
I'm glad I'm joining you for the outside bit and not the inside bit.
You beat me, mate.
And I can see here that you're using my whoosh. Do you just think you're Tadej Pogacar, or is there another reason?
Yeah, I am basically Tadej. They do call me Tadej. No. So I can import all my workouts from Training Peaks into here. So that, for example, this over-under session.
Okay, so you've actually made this session yourself and imported it
Coach
into
made
my
it.
whoosh. Yeah.
Imports automatically.
Now, if you can't be bothered to do that, there is lots of pre-planned workouts on my whoosh. But yeah, if you want to be pro, then I guess you could do that too.
And then, the other good thing about it is it's free. On the UK scene, none of us make money unless you're a privateer.
Okay.
So for me, myself, riding on an amateur team,
it
means I don't have to pay a monthly subscription.
So how long was it before you got back training? Like after a big crash? How long would it take? Obviously longer if you break your pelvis or something like that, but
Yeah, so I took a full week off, but not because of my shoulder, more because of the road rash.
Yeah.
They just said you probably shouldn't sweat. It's like my hip was quite deep.
Yeah.
So they said try and avoid sweating as much as you can. And then as you start back, but it's all then you wait and make sure your body's okay. So, you know, I felt okay after half an hour, do 45 minutes, build up slowly then.
So obviously in cycling there is going to be setbacks. It's a sport where whether you're your level, whether in my level, whether you're someone else's level, at every level there will be setbacks. Whether that is you're busy with work and you haven't trained for several months, you might have months off the bike, you might have a crash and have a few weeks off the bike. Anything can literally happen. What is your advice to getting back to fitness as quick as possible?
I think the main thing is you take your time. I really do think, because if you rush it, you're going to do something wrong.
Yeah.
So don't get me wrong, I was there and I was panicking. At the time, I was leading the overall rankings, and that's what in my head I was like, I want to stay number one. Of course you do.
Yeah.
But my teammates were the closest rivals, I guess, in that, and I was there like, oh gosh, they're going to catch me. But then you just have phone calls with a few people that you know truly support you, and they will help you, and just say, you know, you can have 2 weeks off the bike for illness, and after a week of training, you're almost back to normal.
Yep.
So in my head, I was like, that's basically what I'm doing. I'll have a couple of weeks of just reset until I'm okay to just sit on the bike and pedal.
Yeah.
And then it's go time from there. And then you just build up endurance. Don't touch the top end until you feel fit enough.
Yeah. I guess the key thing is don't go and do your biggest week as your first week back.
Of course, yeah.
Because that's completely unsustainable. You're then gonna, it might seem like you're catching up for lost time, but actually you're just setting yourself further back.
Yeah, exactly. You know, if you go out and do, you've still got time off work, or if you don't work, you know, you have time, you have just all the time in the world, and it's nice weather, you don't go and do 30 hours because, you know, the next week you're probably going to be in bed for the week with some seriously sore legs. So yeah, I think you are completely right there. It's all about gradual building yourself back up. So.
Nice. Well, I will leave you to your session. It does look rather hellish. Yeah, make sure you hit all those numbers and that you're nice and tired for when we go out and do the second part of your session.
I can't wait, Jamie. I can't wait.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Well, we're kitted up, ready for part 2 of your training day. Well, part 2 for you, part 1 for me. What does it entail?
Yeah, so obviously done the hard part earlier on this morning, and now it's purely just endurance riding. So it's mainly zone 2, you know, nice endurance pace. However, I might chuck in a few digs just to make you hurt a little bit.
Oh, brilliant. Well, I guess I'll see if I can keep up.
I'm sure it'll be okay.
Oh man, thank God that's over.
I think you did all right, Jamie. Not too bad.
I am quite unfit, I think.
You've been fitter, put it that way.
Yeah, I do actually have a newfound respect for the work that goes into it. Like anyone riding at your level, riding Nat A's in this country, running Nat B's in this country, has put in a serious amount of time and effort.
Yeah.
And I'd have to sacrifice things that I don't want to sacrifice.
Yeah, of course. I do think just to be at even a Nat B level, I say even a Nat B level, that's a really high level of cycling. People do sacrifice a lot. They live quite a boring life, should we say?
Regimented.
There you go, that's a nice way of putting it. And I think then you think about the World Tour and these riders who are even better, and it's just mind-boggling.
Yeah, well, maybe I do need to get back on it, because I've definitely been faster, and it is winter coming up though, but I guess I could do some do some more indoor training.
I mean, to be fair, Jamie, a few years ago, it used to be considerably faster, and you are Mr. Peak for January anyway, so yes.
I did used to be famous for that. But so maybe I'll borrow your session from earlier. You'll have to send me a few more.
That's fine.
And yeah, I'll do some more indoor training, because I think that is the biggest thing that has affected my fitness, and I think affected your fitness as well, is the structure.
Yeah, 100%.
And I find that indoor training on programs such as My Whoosh is a brilliant way of getting that structure.
I think it's even better as well for somebody like yourself who works full time. It's when you've not got time to spend 4 hours midweek riding a bike.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you're working weekends as well, you don't even have the weekends anymore. You have maybe an hour and a half in the evening.
Yep.
You can get so much done. That session I did today, hour 35. You can shorten that a little bit. I did a little bit of a warm up at the start, extended.
Yep.
You can cut that out completely. And that can be an hour and a quarter.
So how many hours am I going to have to do to get fast?
I think you can get away with 7.
7?
7.
Okay.
Structure.
There's a challenge. 7 hours of structured training.
Every week. Not 7 hours over a month.
We'll give it a go. If you want to try out Ed's session, then we'll pop a link to it down in the description below, and then you can import it into My Whoosh. Or if you can't be bothered with any of that, then you can use one of their pre-made sessions that are already on the program. If you like this content, then please give it a like. Subscribe to the channel for lots more bike stuff, and we'll see you next time.